This is
underground.
This is
Holy noise.
If we try to play things that we think people will like, then we're not honest with ourselves and with the people. We do what we do, and whoever likes what we do is going to follow us. I am Panos Karabelas from Obscurus from Greece, and we started in 2021. It started as a personal project of mine with some friends. As the whole project went on, we became a band practically. So the first person I recruited was my friend, my producer, who is also a drummer, Dimitris Sakas, and he's behind many projects like choreography, horror, and ectoplasma, for example. And mainly, that's the funny part, mainly black metal. That's why it was so easy for him to play drums in a more heavy metal band, which is not as demanding as a black metal band with blast beats and all that. So that was the first person that was recruited. Practically what I said was that, look, I really need a drummer here, and he's the best drummer that I know personally. Very, very stable drummer, very fast, as I'm sure you've heard. And he really liked the songs. He liked what songs I had written, so it was, as he told me, not a really difficult choice. In the beginning, it was a project. So I already knew that he didn't have enough time, because he's a producer, he has many projects, so he didn't have time for live concerts. So we just recorded the EP, and then we found the guitar player, Timon Alex. And he was the next person that was recruited. He played the guitars. It's Konstantinos Mavrogiannis on guitars, Frank Tiridafilou, guitars again. It's me, Panos Karabelas, on bass. And then I recruited Manos Xanthakis in the vocals. He's also the vocalist of Alpha State and Ocean's Edge, which is a progressive band. That's a really interesting thing about Manos, that he doesn't separate. He doesn't see each project in a different way. He gives 100% to everything. I don't know how he does it, but it's effective. It works. It works for him, so I'm cool with that. I don't care if the members of my band are in other projects. I don't mind that. We are musicians and we play for our pleasure. We need to express ourselves, and I'm totally cool with that. He's totally cool with that, so no problem. It's a bit difficult to say exactly what kind of genre we play, because as we say on our website, our influences are obvious. You can see our influences, you can understand them, you can say, okay, this and that. But the final alloy, the final metal that we produce has a sound of its own, because we have a little bit different influences, like Soundgarden, Tycho Negative, Maiden, and Queensryche, for example. So the final outcome is nothing specifically like that. It's not Tycho Negative, and it's not Maiden, and it's not Queensryche, but it's a weird connection of everything. And based on what people tell us, it sounds good. So I think we'll go on like this. Although I have to say that we don't. When I write songs, I never try to write something specific. I never try to say, okay, now I'm gonna write something that sounds like this or something like sounds like that. So it's whatever comes out. I just write what I think sounds good, and that's it. I don't try to write any specific style. I don't even know if I can do it, to be honest. I just write whatever I think sounds good, and then I look, at the final outcome and say, okay, what did I do? Manos always says that every time I play a new song to him, he says, that doesn't sound like anything. Again, how do you do it? I don't know. Yeah, I think this is one of the most important weapons that we have. That we have something that it sounds familiar, but nothing specific. So you can say that, okay, you have Maiden as an influence, but it's not Maiden what you play, and you have Megadeth as an influence, but it's not Megadeth either, or Sabbath, or Type O Negative, or Soundgarden, or Danzig. I think it works well. So let's hope others believe so as well. It's not a concept EP, but it addresses the fire that burns us inside in many different ways. Whether it is inspiration, which is the first song, it talks about inspiration. The second is about passion. The third is about revenge, and the third is about desperation. And there are the different fires that burn us, and this is why the sleeve has a burning person, basically. I had some like 5 songs. I chose 3, and the rest will go in the album, which is coming next. And then I had to write one more song. While we were recording, I came up with just one more, and I said, okay, this fits well. It's for Justice, the third song. And so yes, we were recording. Once we finished, we're good to go. The very first thing I had in mind when I started this EP, Stand Up and Be Counted, was that I needed some songs really well played and recorded so that I would manage to find members for my band. But I found the members before I finished the EP. So that worked well quite fast. So that was okay. I started with drums with Dimitris Sakas, and then bass. And right there is when I found Kimonas. And when we finished the guitars, I found Manos. So just when we were ready to record the vocals, and I didn't know what to do, I didn't have a vocalist back then. I found Manos, and I was like, okay, perfect. So the timing was perfect, and just like that, we were a band. So that was 2021, and the personal project became a band project. I had already come up with a name, so it was the timing was perfect. And of course, we had the COVID and the pandemic and other personal issues that everyone had, because it came. This project was the timing when I found the people was perfect, but we all had serious personal problems. It took a lot of determination to make it a reality, to finish it, and that's why we're really proud of it. It was recorded in Dimitris Sakas studios, Demon Studios, as it's called, in Athens. In Athens, yes, it was the perfect environment because we were isolated, totally focused on what we were doing. That was and Dimitris has a way to bring out the best of everyone. I thought I was playing well the bass. I was like, okay, I nailed it. Oh yes, and he said, nope, again. I was like, okay, and he was right. Every time he was right. And then he did the mixing and mastering as well, and that was awesome. The recording part was something like 4 months, a bit more than 4 months, and mixing was like a month. 5 to 6 months, everything, from the first note we played till the final cut. In the meantime, I was working with our graphic designer for the sleeve and everything, for the logo and all that. So I had to do some things almost simultaneously. And once we finished that, we didn't have a record company, so it's an independent. It's a self-release. We did everything. So I had to find the right company to actually cut the CDs because I wanted the CD. I didn't want the project to be just digital, just a Bandcamp. I am a big fan of having the actual copy. This is it, the final. I'm a big fan of being able to hold your music in your hands. And I wish we could actually release it in vinyl, but that was a bit too expensive for the time being. So yes, so that was the next stage, to find a company to cut the CDs, and then we released it. I had to work with a web designer for the website and all that. It was a very tiring experience, but very rewarding. It's the kind of experience. It's like this whole process. It's like raising a child, and it's difficult, but it's awesome. It's great. So that's why we're in this. It's not just writing music. It's preparing everything. The details in the sleeve, the booklet. That's perfect. I understand how easy it is to have everything in a small MP3, 2,000 songs. It's convenient, but where's the magic in that? I want to be able to open the booklet and read the lyrics and look at the sleeve and the details. And you cannot have that with digital music. It's more. It's less personal. It's less personal. Yep. And I have the CD in my car, so it's empty. And this is the booklet here. That's a small introduction, and then the lyrics. Here, and the credits here. And this is the whole thing. Well, we have a media kit, and we try to send it to as many people around the world as humanly possible, which is very difficult. And Manos, our vocalist, our singer, has helped a lot in this, because he's so dedicated in finding web radios and the websites, webzines, and so we try to send it everywhere. If you don't have a manager or a company to promote you, there's no other way. If you think about it, you have to do everything yourself, which is okay. The feedback from our EP is really good, and I like the fact that they write certain things they like the most, or things they don't like so much, because that's how we improve. Because we take notice of what we've done well and not what we maybe we could improve, and we focus on the best quality we can of work we can do. I think it the reviews are a bit better than I thought, to be honest. A couple of reviews said that that's a very good way to introduce yourself to the world, which I thought it was quite good actually. Another reviewer said that we hold the banner of metal proudly in Greece, and I said, oh, yes, that's nice. The last comment about holding the banner of metal in Greece, that was really nice actually, because this is more or less what we have in mind. We don't try to please anyone. We do what we do, and whoever likes what we do is going to follow us. If someone doesn't like it, fine, we're cool with that. But we're not going to adjust ourselves to any trend to make our sound more marketing friendly or something like that. We don't care about that. We just care about doing what we do. We say here we are, and whoever wants to follow us, good. We will try and find, we'll seek and find our own audience. We're not going to imitate anyone just to pleasure any reviewer, for example, or what's fashionable or not fashionable. We don't care about that. It wouldn't be honest otherwise. If we try to play things that we think people will like, then we're not honest with ourselves and with the people, because people will respect you when they will feel that you're honest, first of all, with your own feelings. If you try to see what's popular and then try and play what is popular, then okay, then who is yourself? Who is your real image? What is your own sound? And we don't want to do that. The third song, which is about revenge, it's for Justice. We were thinking which song to start first, and we thought that for Justice was the best introduction for a first video, so that's how it started. To be honest, it was the first time that we made any. I haven't made any lyric video or video clip ever. This never happened. So we were testing the waters, as they say. We were trying to see, and I think for a lyric video it worked well. It was my idea along with Kaimakami's. It goes along with the lyrics of the song, more or less. We try to make this, which is not very easy, because a lyric video you don't have many options. It's not like a real video with actors and stuff like that. So we try to portray the whole idea of revenge in the lyric video, and I think it worked well. The director and the designer of the lyric video is Kaimakami's from the Night Watchers. That's his group of designers, and he did a good job. It's quite a challenge to make a good video. It's not as easy as people may think. We need to make sure that the torch passes on to the younger generations, to new bands, because unfortunately in the following years most of our favorite bands maybe will call it a day. So we need to pass the torch, so we need to support local bands, and this is a crucial, I think, message for everyone, because that's the only way that our favorite music is going to survive. If we don't do that, if we don't go to gigs and even buy merchandise, then I'm afraid we will go deep underground as a general, and that's not a good thing. If we want to see future in our music, I'm really worried about the future of our music, of metal in general, worldwide. There's so much talent out there, but unfortunately, the way the whole music industry has is approaching our music, not our as Obscurus Rex, our as in general heavy metal, and all different subcategories of the genre. I think it's not helping. I mean, once upon a time, you see bands like Maiden signing in record companies like EMI, huge multinational companies. You don't see that anymore. Not in new bands. Of course, the old bands like Metallica, Maiden, Megadeth, of course, they have huge contracts with multinational companies, but new bands find it much more difficult to have a breakthrough. Not because they're not good enough, but simply because people just won't listen. And I mean people in the music industry. And that reminds me of what Frank Zappa had said about how the music industry evolved. Because back in the 60s, you had people who didn't know anything about progressive music and experimental music, but they were willing to give it a shot, right? And then you have younger people who know all about it, and they think they know better. They think they know everything, and they are going to dictate to bands what to play. So there's no room for new stuff or experimental stuff, for example. So once upon a time, you had bands like Pink Floyd, for example, okay, with 20-minute songs. And there were record companies willing to take a risk and release these songs. You don't have this anymore. Not to that extent, at least. And I don't know. Let's see where it goes. Let's see. Almost everything has been played. You cannot reinvent the wheel, okay, in music or in heavy metal music. So you need to experiment more, maybe, combine many different ideas. But the question is, are there record companies willing to take the risk with you as a band and move forward and promote this kind of music? Or are they just willing to play it safe, make some money, and that's that? I don't claim that I have the answer, but I'm not very optimistic, to be honest. I'm not. We'll see. Now, arenas and other places where you can play, they ask to take a percentage from the merchandise. So the money left for younger bands to take and then produce the next album and do whatever they have to do is less and less and less. It's not. That's what I'm saying, that I'm afraid that we will go deep underground. We have, of course, the digital era, okay, and the Spotify and all that, but in Spotify you need something like 1 million views to get $10, okay? So you cannot rely on that to survive. And I don't like talking about money, okay, because we do what we do out of love for what we do, okay? But on the other hand, if you want to have enough time to invest to write songs, then, well, the budget that you have in your hands is important. It's an important factor. So everything is connected like a chain. It's like we're on a crossroads right now. It could go well or not. So we'll see. We have started pre-production for our first full-length LP, and hopefully we'll start recording somewhere in the beginning of 2024. And I cannot give you any release date, it's very early, but we have most of the songs written, and we're about to start rehearsing more thoroughly now, and then go to the recording sessions. So yes, we're about to release our first full-length LP album, and we'll see how it goes. And we have learned a lot from the first experience of the EP, and we're going to correct quite a few areas that could improve. So it's a learning process. It never ends. So I think it will be great. For everyone watching, we're Obscurus Rex, and I think the right message we should give is that everyone should support new bands, because there's a lot of talent out there. I'm not talking about us, generally speaking. There's a lot of talent out there, many bands that deserve more attention, and if we really care about the future of heavy metal and this genre in general, I think we need to make sure that we support new bands. As far as we're concerned, many good things are coming. We're going to release a video, a new album, and we'll see you out there live with gigs, as many gigs as humanly possible, and hopefully something in Europe as well, but we can't say anything about that yet. You can buy Stand Up and Be Counted, our first EP, our debut EP, from Bandcamp. And you can see all our websites and channel and social media from obscurusrex.com, which is our website, and from there you can go to Bandcamp and everywhere else, and keep in touch. Merchandise and everything are on their way. This is Panos Karabelas from Obscurus Rex. This is Underground. This is Holy Noise.